Oh man, hey, when the cat is away, the mice will play.
Johnny boy.
Hey, today's episode, barbecue Johns and their tricks.
Hey, listen, we're not talking about John.
No, we're not. No,
John Lathrop.
Yeah, we're
the
talking
guy
about Johns with H's.
Yeah, the guy that can't be here tonight. The guy that had prior engagements. We're not talking about that guy. We're talking about the Johns.
Mm-hmm.
The Johns out there, the seedy Johns, right? Everybody has that. I don't know. I keep going to Uncle Wayne or whatever, but I'm sure there's a Mike out there,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, the cheaters in the pit.
That's
the fakers of the smoke.
Yeah.
We're talking about these guys that get out there and honestly are just trying to cheat their way to the top.
No, hold on. I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with a little like bending the rules, right? There's nothing wrong with going into something and going, listen, it's a little loose over here. Like maybe you never really specified whether I can inject, prior to getting to the competition. Maybe it's not in your rules. I don't know.
We'll get a little bit into that.
I don't know, James.
The gray areas, the do's and don'ts. We're going to fully get into that.
But I will say this, and this may be said more than once in this episode, but the rule of thumb: if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So I listen. We're not condoning going out and whatever else. Just buying your barbecue on some seedy back alley street, right? But let's talk about the do's and don'ts, and let's get into like what we've seen out there.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the legality of this whole thing.
Yeah,
should you be barred from barbecue?
Oh shit, dude!
Forever, like we're pulling your card. So we're gonna get into it. We put the post out there, social media wise. Everybody chimed in, and we loved it, man. Everything's beautiful. So can't wait to share those comments from the listeners. Man, dude, how's your week been?
James, dude, it's been a good week. My sleep schedule is a little bit off, but other than that, like honestly,
what does that mean? You're just not sleeping?
Yeah, I think that's what it means. So like when your sleep goes off, you're just
but it's like it's skewed really like an hour later, or I sleep in longer.
Yeah, I just don't sleep in longer. No, it's been good, man. Also, something that I've kind of pulled back from a little bit is just getting outside and grilling as much as I have been like all of my life. And that's one thing that hey, it was good hanging out Sunday, man. Sunday had some great food.
Oh yeah.
We did some stuff with the Allegros. So thank you so much for Allegro guys for sending us some product because they have some amazing product out there. And so we're testing it and we're putting it through the paces. And we've got some good videos coming out from that. Some of these things are, it's kind of like what we kind of learned from it as well. And like, how does it stand on its own? Like, what do you need to add to it? But yeah, I mean, man, I think that's probably the biggest thing for me is just getting out more and just grilling my ass off,
Mm-hmm. No, so. Beautiful. What about your 5 a.m. escapades that I heard about that you might be on some Ring cameras?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about that, James.
I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah. So look, I mean,
just for a full disclaimer, if there is a video out there of Jan, maybe just I think just neighborhood watch, right? I mean, that's what.
So listen, I have been glued. I have been glued to the Facebook, our Facebook page that we have for our neighborhood, because I know that I'm on this thing, and dude, it was a long walk home. It was probably a good like 35-minute walk home that I participated in on Sunday. After partying my ass off like a rock star. But yeah, man, it took me forever to get home, and it like you lose track of like kind of where you're at. And there are multiple streets that I was like walking down, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not my street. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, dude. Dude, I can't believe you brought that up, James.
Sorry. Hey, you know what I mean? When I say neighborhood watch, you're just out there making sure everything
I was
safe.
doing my rounds. I was out for a morning stroll, James. I wasn't just getting home. I was out for a morning stroll like I do every morning at 5 a.m. But no, all serious aside, my wife was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? She's like, I saw you come through the door She's like, you look like Frank the Tank. And I was like, man, I felt like Frank the Tank. So yeah, every once in a while, look, you gotta push the envelope a little bit. You gotta get out there and say, like, do I still have it? Right. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And yeah.
Yeah, it's like lifting weights, right?
Hey, your boy still got it over here.
It's like lifting weights. You got to push just a little bit. So
yeah, maybe I'm a little sore tomorrow.
Yeah,
but that's what getting stronger looks like.
Hey, cheers! You got up like a champ. We barbecued, grilled some chicken up, watched a little golf. So yeah, it was awesome. So we put out there social media wise, what is the shadiest thing that you've seen at barbecue competitions? And obviously, if you got any you want to throw in the comments, please feel free to share them. We got a bunch of your feedback, and we're going to get into it a little bit later, and we get into the barbecue competition or the barbecue segment. But yeah, hey, no beer review today. So unless did you bring one?
No, I did not. I'm just reviewing the Coors Light tonight.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, and it's not that. It's just that it's by myself, and I didn't want to do one without John. So I kind of held out of that, So, but yeah, I mean, next week I feel like we'll be back with the beer reviews. Probably one of the first weeks in a long time that we have not had a beer review on the podcast. It does happen from time to time, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, we can just jump right into the barbecue news.
Yeah.
Segment.
We could.
I'm kind of throwing Raul off because my cadence and my arrogance. And actually, we don't have any barbecue news to say per se, because I feel like John just kind of let us down a little bit, and he allowed us to be on our own to our own little devices, so to speak.
So where is John? What is John even doing?
John, he told me he was looking at a car. He went to a car show or something like that. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, John, like, we have a car show that sets up every Friday night, like right around the corner from the house.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hit that up like every Friday night.
It's in the HEB parking lot.
HEB parking lot, you know what I mean? There's a Chick-fil-A right across the way.
Yeah.
You get your chicken sandwich,
Chipotle.
check out the cars. I mean, he's in hot August nights. Is with his pops, his family.
Yeah.
Checking out a bunch of badass vehicles.
No, that's right.
Pretty big thing.
I think his dad's got the El Camino that he's bringing out, and it's something they've done since he was a young kid. It's something that he's got his kids involved into. So they meet up there every year for this event. So yeah, hey, John's living his best life once again.
Yeah.
Once again, James.
And John, I need you to maybe eat some barbecue or something like that. So this can be a part of the barbecue news segment that we're in. But all I can say is, hey, go check out the BBQ News magazine. I mean, that is your source to find out what is going on in the barbecue community. I know Janet Kell Phelps, they're amazing people. They do a phenomenal job tracking down all that information for you. So yeah, go check it out, the BBQ News magazine. You can get a subscription. You can get to the online publications, man. It's gonna be awesome.
But hey, you got Brandon Roberts come in and said, no barbecue news, no beer review. Damn, guys. Hope y'all aren't wrapping up the episode now.
All right, Brandon. Hey, listen, I want to jump on that a little bit. The BBQ News magazine is something that's been around for a long time, but it's also this is the entire nation that they're talking about, and they're highlighting featured people each week. They're diving in. They got multiple writers that are coming. It's actually a great publication.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to the MBBQA, which is something that we find just near and dear to our hearts, especially with Janet and Kel. So please check them out. And if you get the opportunity to look at the MBBQA, something else, just join. It's such a great networking event. It gives people, like-minded people that are going, if you're wanting to open a business, you want to take your seasoning to the next step, if you're whatever you're trying to do out there, that is the partnership you're looking for. And that's why we push it so hard, because it is that good. So.
And that concludes
Hey, thanks everybody for joining in with us tonight. No.
Let's go.
No. That's funny.
Okay, so
cheers.
Really quick. So I did a couple of images. Obviously, we were going off the play of just Johns and their tricks and stuff like that. But we did a couple of barbecue themed STDs. We'll flash across the screen. Let me know what you think. We got the Brisket Burneria.
Ugh. dude, have you ever just like, hey doc, I got that burneria happening right now.
Yeah,
Hey,
what are you taking to get rid of that?
yeah.
There's another one that came across. It was like the rib tip rash. I mean, that just does not sound great.
No. The injectivitis relief for barbecue competitors with excessive injecting is like, at some point you're like, no, you got to inject it. It's not going to be good. And listen, there is a cure out there for it. Maybe it's just, just barbecue without it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that cure looks like, but the guy looks distraught for sure.
Yeah. Also, go slide over to our social media pages. We did a AI. What would your grill look like if it was a girl? And feel free to post pics of your own grill / girl. I know there's already people out there that are joining in. Johnny Mags, we see you out there, bud. Yeah, it was a fun thing that we put together. It's pretty cool. I think I like it. Everybody go check it out. Dude, let's slide into this shady barbecue talk because I think a lot of people are interested on some of the stuff that's going on. And let me just drop one personal thing that I've witnessed at barbecue competitions, and maybe some of you other people out there have experiences as well. But I saw a very notable, very reputable, very high winning comp team go to another team that just GCs all the time. And they end up just taking, I guess, just prepackaged, I don't know, just HEB like chicken thighs that haven't even opened the package at all. It's like the guy came over and he's like, hey, do you have anything not opened or whatever? The meat inspector's coming by and my stuff's already, in the brine. So
yeah, and that's listen,
what are your thoughts on that?
I know that's a thing that happens.
Is it cheating?
I don't know, man, because I'm conflicted on this one because I feel like it's something that like it's probably more common than you think it is. Because let's be honest, you can't sync the flavor you're looking for. You're not gonna be able to sync that in the amount of time that you have. And again, you're waiting for an meat inspector. Like if they want to do their job, then inspect the meat as the teams are rolling in. Have somebody there to walk over and go, I need to see your meat. Okay, good, go to work. But the problem is that they wait so long to come over that you're like, dude, I can't wait for you. Like I'm not going to see you till 7 o'clock tonight, but I've got to have this. I've got to have this on, at 2 o'clock today. So like, do your job. So I see the other side to that, which doesn't seem so bad. Now, however, if they're like, okay, here is your meat inspection time. Let's say your meat inspection time is at like, okay, your cutoff time to get into the fence is by, let's say 12 o'clock or whatever it is. And at that point, we have a 2 o'clock call for all meat inspection. It means everybody's meat is getting inspected at 2 o'clock. If that's the case, then you have to wait, right? Like you can't show some thighs because it's got to be even playing field, right? I mean, you want to put it in as much as fairness as you can, but at the same time, like there's that because it's a day before, right? So that's plenty of time to sync the flavor you're looking for. But I just feel like it can be subjective because it's never at 2 o'clock. It's never that early. It's always at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I mean, it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
if you're playing by the rules, there is a good chance that you're going to lose. I see Char Girl Smoke up there. You check out that comment, Jen.
You want me to go ahead and read that?
Yeah,
one?
you go for it.
It says, I saw a group use honey buns for burger buns one time at a competition in Hempstead. Ruined my placing in the comp. Real shady.
Dude, listen. Okay, I don't, dude. It is cheating. It's cheating, and I agree with you. And if I were you, I would report that group of guys. Those shenanigans they're putting forth. That's phenomenal, man. Hey, thank you for the shout out on that. Hey, those honey bun burgers were amazing, by the way. But it's like one of those ones like a bite or two is probably good. You're not eating a whole burger though. It's a lot.
Yeah. Next year we're going to run it back again. We're doing honey bun smash burgers again.
Are we? That's what we're telling everybody.
Yes. I mean,
so we're telling
there's going to be like 20 people out there doing honey bun smash burgers.
Yeah. We're doing a normal smash burger. I love it. That's so good. That's great.
Well, let's get into some of these comments, Ro.
All right, here we go. Now, they got a empty beer cooler.
Yeah.
Shady.
How it is shady. Like, is it? Like, no, or just like, what's the cooler for?
Yeah, well, I'm along the lines of what are you doing here, right? Like you're showing up with an empty cooler.
No.
Like, are you even planning on being out here? Like, is your stuff already prepared?
No, they're just winning
at home, and you're just rolling in. You're setting up this fake facade out front. You know what I mean? Like it's not even lived in. This still has like the plastic all over the cushion stuff type stuff.
They're like, hey, go see your meat. Like, oh no, actually, I don't have the padlock to it. I got to get that. Just come back in a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
Jim's got that.
You're freaking out, right? Showing up with everything like, and I don't know what that means. Like the empty beer coolers means they don't have any beer, or that means like they don't have any meat in that cooler. It's already done.
Maybe they're referring to you're showing up without bringing beer.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, listen, Chad. Like, I don't know how I feel about that one. That's not that shady to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about shady shit, Chad. Not that. Come on.
All right, here we go. I was at a rib cook-off where the meat was supplied. The guy/team next to me fully admitted that he wasn't going to turn those ribs in. He turned in the special ones he had brought with him.
That's just weird.
Yeah, that's against the rules. Like that's.
Oh,
I mean,
so the rib was supplied.
Yeah, the competition supplied the meat.
Listen, this is happening a lot across like a lot of different sanctionings where if the meat is supplied, the SEA, the steak cook-offs, the rib cook-off where you've got a rack of ribs.
Do you think they're cheating in those steak cook-offs?
Bro, nobody's cooking one of those steaks. I'm just saying.
You think they're bringing their own steak?
No, I think 95% are going out and cooking that steak. I think there's 5% of people that are like, no, dude, I'm going to go get this grass-fed Wagyu steak that has this big spinalis that's wrapped around that is just going to be phenomenal. That's like, there's those people that do that. And listen, they're successful. But yeah, it's a better quality steak. It's going to hit, right? And that's why it's hard to curtail. It's hard to, it's almost like if you want to win that bad, then great, do it. That's a difficult one there for me.
I saw someone post earlier today, one of the shady stuff they saw the person in question marinating their meat. Their steak is a steak competition, that marinating their meat on the dash of their car.
Like, what's wrong with that?
Is it kind of like a sous vide? Like,
yeah, but can't you sous vide in steak cook-offs?
I'm reporting the news, Jan.
It wasn't in a bag, Jan. It was just on the.
These guys are rough. No, listen, sous vide is acceptable.
Beef juice is just going down into the vents.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to pull. No, sous vide is very acceptable in steak cook-offs. That's something you can do. It's utilized. You don't have to. Does it make it more tender? I don't think it does. I think you're warming the steak up in some a brine of some sort, a marinade of some sort, and some seasoning.
Yeah, that's
allowing it to kind of just come into it, right? So salt penetrates, which is going to bring in that flavor a little bit and whatever else. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I think you're just one step closer to just purchasing fully cooked meat and turning it in.
Right.
You know what I mean? With all these like contraptions and these widgets to help, take away from the pureness of grilling and doing it yourself. You're just cheating.
So a lot of things I've seen with that side of it, it's not always on the main categories. It's the ancillary categories. And you've got the guys that go down and the girls, because they're just as cheaters as anybody else. We're not calling guys out. Barbecue, what would be the equivalent to a John? It'd be the what was it? Sarah, the barbecue
Karen's,
Stephanie. I don't know. It's one of those. But yeah, she's going down and she's buying some beans from a local restaurant that are phenomenal. And she's like, yeah, I need to get 2 bowls of those beans. And she's walking up and she's pouring those into the cup and it's turning it in and she's walking, you know. So I've seen the canned beans. I've seen that. I've seen people going out and buying pastries and throwing me into the smoker for about 5 seconds. I'm like, all right, got a little smoke on that. Look at that. That's a good little apple pie.
Freaking crumble cookies and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I mean, all of that stuff happens out there. I think it's just, you know, when it comes to the main categories, that's where it's like becomes like, dude, like you just trimmed everything at your house, you injected, and then you put everything into bags where you add your marinade and you cryovac it, and then you put it in a cooler where it's been sitting there for 3 days.
Right.
Like that. I've seen
Eventually you're going to go to these coolers are going to be like warming boxes or however it is. This is how I transport it, but I can't transport my meat in this like slow cooker. And then by the time I get there, it's already done. No, we're done with you. All right. Hey, this is one of my comments here I threw up there. What about using other teams' competition meats as their own turn in? Have you seen this?
You know, I haven't really seen it, but I've heard people go, I've heard people walk up like, hey man, our stuff just didn't, you think I can get a couple of slices of that?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm referring to. Like,
I just don't know what happened.
Totally shit the bed on their barbecue, and they're like, "Hey, man, I just totally burnt that chicken," or my brisket just is toast. And they'll slice off a couple of or maybe it's the throwdown brisket or the second brisket that they don't really get into. That's not the one they turned in.
Yeah.
Now you can go ahead and have a couple slices off this.
And then they hit.
Yeah.
If you're another team, you can't do it because if you get beat with your own shit, you're mad.
Yeah.
And also, you've got Char-Grilled Smoke over here, Barbecue Jane. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there it is.
Barbecue Jane.
Yeah, it's shiesty. It's we can't trust these people. They're grifters. They're just out there trying to take the change out of your pocket.
Yeah,
by stealing.
Pickpocketers. Don't let them pick brisket at you.
We got a man showed up with a U-Haul trailer and a 4 at big green eggs.
Okay.
Tied down with straps. I'm guessing he borrowed a few from buddies. I guess he hit some rough roads on the drive in because when he opened the lids, they were all cracked and crumbled inside. Very sad.
Damn, Barbecue John just got. Hey, listen. So that's equivalent right there to like.
I think Barbecue John doesn't own up on what happened, right?
No. So that's equivalent to like showing up and picking a hooker up, right? Getting to the motel, but the room next to you gets raided. You're like, dang, dude, I just got out. I just got out of this thing. Like you're having to answer questions in the parking lot and stuff. And you're like, you know, like they've got your license plate and your driver's license. So you know something's gonna happen. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. What's the equivalent of not being able to perform?
Yeah, right. Dang, dude.
Dang, like my brisket never finishes this soon.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Dang, this brisket's usually a little more firmer than that. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, that sucks. You see plenty of videos. Like one of my favorite.
It's your fault.
Yeah, one of my favorite cartoons. I like. Was it Family Guy? Was that the one? Peter.
Yeah.
He's over there. Quagmire buys a big green egg, and he's like invites him over to do barbecue, and he's like. So what are we going to cook? You know, he goes off burgers. No, he's like, you don't buy a grill of this premium quality just to do hot dogs on it. He's like, okay, burgers. And then he keeps shutting him down. It's like, okay, then what are you going to cook on it? He's like, dude, I've been marinate. I've been brining a bird for like 2 days to whatever. He's like, well, then why am I over here? And he's like, I just need your help to move this green egg like 2 inches. And then he like moves it 2 inches and it falls over and it cracks into 5 million different pieces. And that ceramic smoker is toast.
Pit Life came in. Oh, Johnny Maz. He goes, is that from experience, Jan?
Hey, listen, it's not from experience. What are you talking about? No, it was across the hall. It wasn't next door. Weirdo.
And then we got John comes in. He goes, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, right.
All right, we got y'all be sure to not just share the super shady shit, also tell us about what just marginally frowned upon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gray areas.
Yeah, type stuff
Nope,
too.
nope.
You see.
Listen, this is where we live. All right. We live in the gray area. We're not perfect. We're not throwing shade here. We're not acting like, hey, we're not walking around saying thou shalt not throw stones, right? We live in glass houses.
Do we have the same like 2-pound bag of pinto beans that's been floating around in the RV that we show as uncooked beans? Do we have that? Do we do that? No, we don't do that.
We don't do that, James.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Now, if you were to do it, you might want to just check it every once in a while, make sure they didn't expire.
Yeah.
I really wish we could have videotaped Jan getting into this snack right here. That was like the most.
What the fuck is happening, man?
Smokehouse crackers.
Everything was happening wrong in this bag right here. It was killing me.
Yeah, these things are designed to stand the test of time. Like 20 years from now, these little MRE smokehouse crackers are going to be. That's the only thing that's going to last. So yeah, if you don't tear these things perfectly, man, you're struggling like Jan.
So look,
but it keeps it fresh.
So can we back it up one comment?
Yeah.
One comment?
Yeah. No, the
oh yeah.
Give us the
gray area.
The gray area.
Okay.
And listen, I knew this was going to come back up at a certain point, which was, it's not cheating, okay? Like we're not saying go out and go down to the local Regal Beagle smokehouse and pick up brisket and pick up stuff and turn it in. Like,
yeah, that brisket's not gonna be good.
It's not gonna be what you want it to be anyways. For the ancillaries, it probably work well. But the gray area to some of this is pushing the timetables. I think that's where a lot of people live in. I think a lot of people are like, look, we need more time. And what they're giving us when they want to come by and check the meats or whatever else, that time right there is very valuable when you're trying to sink some type of flavor into the meat itself. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where a lot of people live at, right?
How do you steal the time?
Well, you steal time by well, I mean, maybe you take your brisket and you've already cut it down, because you can buy a pre-trimmed brisket already, right? Or maybe you pre-trim it yourself and then you cryovac it. Now, who's to say you don't do a dry brine on it already? I mean, and is that cheating?
No.
And I'm just asking, like, is that cheating if you do a dry brine on that brisket and maybe something with not too much salt, or maybe you have a little bit of salt in, whatever, right? And you dry brine it and then you seal it up, and maybe you add just a little bit of like an au jus or some sort.
They'll catch you on that,
and then let it run. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, James. Yeah. Like I've seen people go and get their tags, right? And where the guy goes in and he's like, he goes through and he puts a knife through, and all of a sudden this juice starts running out, and he's like, damn, that's a good smelling brisket right there. Right? And you're like, right. Jesus, dude, like say something, but people just aren't educated in like what's going on, so is that cheating, or is it not cheating?
That's a really good point there. They're not educated on what they're doing. You got Pokey McGee just sitting there poking the brisket.
But that's his job.
He's got one beer. He's got a beer in one hand. He just poking, and he's just looking. He's looking what else is going on there. Like, hey guys, you got some wristbands. I can come back a little bit later on. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what's happening. But again, it's not his fault, because that's his job. His job is to put a tag in that piece of meat and let it go. There's somebody else's job to go, hey, did you have it here? Did you cook it here? Right? And it's like, okay, we're in semantics now. I had it here. I cooked it here. But maybe I added something to it just to help it, just to get that flavor that I was looking for.
But there's a lot more gray area type items that we can get to. I know we got a lot to get to. Yeah. I was thinking maybe you're sabotaging. You're throwing out like little like diversionary delays with the people that maybe your turning area is. You know what I mean? They got the clock there. You can't stop the clock. But I was thinking in my head, like, man, what are you doing over there? Like maybe you're like taking the batteries out of the clock or something like that, and they're having to mess with it.
No, I think when something else that here's one. Here's the gray area. You want a gray area? The gray area says that historically, for a piece of meat, like I say, let's take a brisket, right? a lot of teams will cook 2 different briskets. They're made the same way. They're cooked side by side. Some teams only do one. They're like, this, I only have time for one. I don't want to mess with 2. But the teams out there that want to do one, I'm sorry, that want to do 2 briskets, I've seen this, and to me, this is a gray area because you cooked both of them. But I thought there was something out there where both were, if your turn-in had to consist of 1 brisket, you couldn't mix and match both briskets.
Right.
Which means when they come over to look at the tag on the thing, they want to know this tag came from this brisket and this brisket's being turned in. Now, do you want to do a little like shell game? Do you want to distract a little bit because you've sliced both briskets and they're both sitting there and you both put them in like pans? Do you want to reach over to one pan and bring out a slice of brisket and lay it in and nobody knows the wiser?
Yeah.
Is that a little shady? Yeah, maybe. But again, you cook both of them on site. So I don't know why that's a big deal, because they're both cooked and they're both tagged. But it is. And they write the tag number down of the one you're turning in, which is weird, right? Is that weird?
No.
I never really got that one, but that is that's a little shade.
Hey, we got a new one that came in. I'm sorry. You
guys,
go
for it.
Okay. A team member quitting and leaving with the trailer and the meat on the smoker mid-contest while the head cook slept.
Damn, dude.
So this is from our friend Michelle Le Guin. So yeah. Hey, I mean, that's I mean, that's shady shit. That's hurtful shit. I mean, that's you don't see that guy ever again.
No,
right?
listen, not in competition. You see him on the side of the street somewhere. You may not even acknowledge. You're like, dude, like don't put me in that predicament. You know what I mean? Like everybody spent a lot of money, and that's the thing a lot of people don't understand is how much money these competitions really cost. Obviously it's the entry fees, and those aren't really. The entry fees aren't where like the money's really spent at. It's everything else.
You don't see the behind the scenes.
It's the meat. It's the bags. It's the tinfoil pans. It's the gloves. It's the seasonings. I can just keep going down the list right now. It's a hotel or it's a travel trailer. If you don't have one, you've got to rent one or whatever. It comes out to be. It's the food you're going to eat that day. I mean, obviously now you're cooking for yourself, or if you're not worried about that, you're like, I don't want to worry about that. I just want to, make sandwich meat or whatever. It still costs money, but like every competition, and you can probably ask a lot of cooks out there that are like, if they're minimal, it's still costing them $800 to $1,000 every cook-off. And that's a lot of money that you're spending and you're putting hard-earned money into. And then to have somebody get pissed off and right or wrong, and obviously the person felt justified to do this, and hell that they may have spent all the money and like, well, you know what? I'm taking all my money. I'm leaving. It's my pit. It's my stuff, my this, and I'm out, whatever. Now, if he stole the pit, dang, dude, that's some crazy shit. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, really quick, and we got John in there. He's in the comments. He's doing a little armchair producing, talking about the this episode is brought to you by Smokehouse Crackers and Chicks That Smoke Seasonings. Let's get in really quick. Today's episode is sponsored by Smokehouse Crackers, the official snack of grabbing the brisket. That perfect bite hits smoky, spicy, and crunchy all at once. That Smokehouse Cracker, these things straight up are addictive. One handful turns into a half a bag, and before you even realize this, and I mean, trust me, look it over here. They're our go-to, whether you're on the road, at a comp, or just hanging out in the backyard talking barbecue. Smokehouse Crackers, bold flavor, serious crunch, and officially approved by the boys at Grabbing the Brisket. And look, go for the spicy, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do what?
Go for the spicy.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, this is this spicy barbecue seasoning Chicks That Smoke. This is something that's near and dear to us because why? It's handcrafted by the queen herself, Denny Lathrop. And this is why it's perfect. So let's be honest. If she's in the kitchen, it's magic. If John's involved, you got dried chicken and excuses. We're roasting John tonight. He's not here. He had prior engagement, aka avoiding the smoke. But but the seasoning, shit, I can't even read right now. But the seasoning still brings. It popped on me. But the seasoning still brings the heat. So, listen, I was trying to change up a little bit about the Chicks That Smoke, and it collapsed on me while I was trying to read it, and I tried to bring it back up. But yeah, the spicy Chicks That Smoke seasoning, it's not a spicy seasoning. It's really an AP seasoning. It's something that we use in almost all of our rubs or our comps, because it just adds that little pop, that little oomph that we're always looking for. So yeah, check it out, suckerbusters.com. They have it or on the link in the episode tonight.
There it is, John. Taking care of the business.
Yeah.
John, aren't you
go F
you
yourself, John.
Looking at some cars, John?
Yeah. Where are you at?
What are we doing?
Give me the wheel, please, James.
Yeah. Little smokehouse crackers in our life here.
Yeah. Big milker.
Big milker. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, we got the SCA guys marinating their steaks at their on their dashboards.
Okay.
So this is what's happening. They're getting the steaks and they're going straight in the marinade on their dash because as soon as you get the steak in your hand, you're able to do whatever you want with it, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you sous vide an SCA cook-off? I just don't know.
Yes. So we learned this early on, like from a very notable cook team that wins steak competitions all the time.
Ace is Wild.
Yeah. It was Boar's Night Out.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I wasn't gonna name names or drop
It was
names,
Ace is
but
Wild too.
look, we went to where were we at? We were in San Antonio.
No.
We were in San Antonio at some hotel bar. We're all hanging out there, just getting drunk.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Anyways, you get them a couple cocktails. Everybody gets everybody is real friendly, and this is quite the opposite of what we're talking about with the barbecue Johns and the dirty tricks or whatever. But the barbecue community is fantastic, and they will help you be successful. They will help you win. And we were picking the brain of a lot of those gentlemen there. This is BBQ. You're right. And they said that this is pre-sous videing, that they would just take the steak and put it in the marinade and put it on the dash of their vehicle. And of course, being in the South, I mean, temperatures get up to what, 130, 140 or whatever.
Like in a vehicle?
In your vehicle.
Yeah.
So
it could read high. Yeah.
Essentially just sous videing without having one.
Yeah.
And they won. And so I think a lot of teams use it. I'm still on the brink of like questioning is probably because I don't do it, that I'm like hating on it. Because essentially you're just, I love the technique of sous videing because you cook the steak from through and through, that medium temperature, and you don't overcook it. And essentially you're just kissing it on the grill with some little grill marks or whatever. And then you're turning it in and you're winning your golden tickets and all that stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a little salty, but that's fine. I'll get over it. But
no, I think I just don't know, because maybe there's certain competitions or certain things where that's been shown to be unacceptable, and or maybe they feel like that is unacceptable. You can't do that. And they're like, man, these freaking cheaters are everywhere and nobody's saying shit, And it's like, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe you didn't know. That's okay to do. Like, and if it is okay to do, then put it in your arsenal and, buy a little bucket and some a sous vide gun and, go to town or throw it in a bag and, put it in your dashboard, depending on how hot it is. I don't want somebody missing out because they think it's shady and it's not. Also, if it is shady, then why is anybody saying anything about that one? Because that is a big thing, by the way.
Yeah, I did see somebody commented, speaking of SCAs, what is shady is having to cook your steak to medium. A lot of people are kind of a little mad about that, a little perturbed, like
a medium rare.
Yeah, why do we have to cook our steak to medium? They specifically, that's the temperature that you shoot for. If you go medium rare, they say that you're not going to place high. You're not going to win. Is that true? I don't know. I like my steak medium rare.
So let's get into that real quick, because I think that is kind of, you're right. And I actually know the guys with SEA, great guys, but yeah, like, and I guess they had to put together a judging criteria to it, and that's why they're showing medium as being the perfect steak. But I think each steak needs to be done. Maybe obviously I don't want a well done steak, but maybe medium rare on that cut of steak, because it's not as marble, because it's not whatever, lends more to the flavor and everything you're getting out of that versus the medium. The medium will become a little more tougher. It'll become a more whatever. So I think that's the that's a great question. Is that kind of shady?
It may be. I don't know. I mean, at least people feel like it's shady. I'm not personally endorsing it.
Well, no, I'm just asking you though.
People feel like maybe that is a little.
But I'm proposing the question to you. Do you feel like that's a little shady? Because each cut of meat, like every brisket out there, it's like saying a brisket has to be done at 205. Okay, once your brisket is 205, you got to pull it no matter what it is. You're like, wait a minute, this brisket needs to go to 208, needs to go to 210. This brisket was done at 201. I don't want to go to 204 or 205.
I don't know. Does it take the
each piece of meat's different?
Yeah. Does it take the guesswork? Does it take the actual skill out of it? You know what I mean? Because you can put it in the water and set your temperature for 135 or whatever.
Yeah, but nobody does
whatever
that.
It is.
No,
and you can just let it go all day, and it's just always going to hit that. And then you pull it out, sear it, get the nice little color on both sides, and then rock and roll and turn it in.
At what temperature though?
That you're shooting for like 135. A little carryover won't hurt you, but you want that kind of very just light pink from wall to wall, and you get dinged. So they say you get dinged if you have the gray smoke ring. I'm gonna call it the gray band.
The gray band.
The reverse smoke ring, because of actually putting your freaking meat to flame. You get dinged.
Yeah, so I honestly I don't know, James. I feel like if you're going to sous vide, and obviously if you're doing this, it's acceptable to do. But if you're going to sous vide, then you want to go to like a maybe like a 125, 127, right? And then you want to throw it on something very hot, and you want to char the shit out of it, right? Get those lines, and then turn it over. Do the same thing, because if you do it any higher than that, you're going to get the gray bands.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. What is a more acceptable place to store your marinated meat at these competitions other than the dash of your truck?
Well, so somebody wants to know, if you were going to use the dash, how long would you put it on the dash? Right. Asking for a friend.
Yeah, right. Listen, we got you, Char Grill. We got you.
We need to know.
Listen, so you do these SEA cook-offs. You've got like 4 hours to like cook the steak, and the steaks, like you can cook the steak in, I don't know, let's say 16 minutes from start to finish. Like everything else, you're done, right? Or maybe a little bit quicker than that. So I'm gonna say you're gonna need at least, I don't know, once your trimming's done, it's gonna take you probably 30 minutes to get the way you want it to be. 45 minutes if it takes a long time. So you need that rest, that time to go there, and then you need the time it takes to cook that steak. Just saying it for a friend.
I think we're going to need a couple hours. We're definitely going to have to do a little research, a little R&D on this, but depending on what marinade you use, I don't even think you use marinade at that particular time, because if you're using some of the marinades that these gentlemen are using,
the Wicked Pig,
the Wicked Pig that tenderizes it, and some of the other very just like soy and umami front, you're not marinating a steak long.
No,
you don't want that sitting for 2 hours. Maybe you're getting like a can of like beef consomme and beef broth and some other stuff, and you're mixing that, and your steak is just sitting on your dash for like 2 hours baking in the sun. Maybe something like that. I don't know, but I feel like we need to do a little test run on that just to see how that comes out. I love that. We're gonna get John to pay for the steaks. We're gonna get some
John,
high premium quality steaks.
John, thank you so much, John.
We know a place, Stone Cold Meats in League City. They got a couple of locations. So
he
Perry
is so
Brooks,
nice.
Yeah, Perry Brooks, John will reach out to you.
Hey, Wagyu's for everybody. Yeah. Everybody's getting a Wagyu brisket. So John is footing the bill, and this is what he does. This is the kind of guy he is. And we definitely appreciate it. Thank you, John.
Hey, when is this? That way I clear my calendar.
Yeah. We're probably looking the next week or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if anybody's listening, if they do have a timetable of sous videing your steak on the dash of your truck, let us know.
Yeah.
Hey, Pit Life came in and goes, "Is the manifold okay?"
Right. And of course, you get a dangle. You can't lay it on there, but you got to just kind of let it hover. But 100%, it's perfectly okay. I love that.
All right, guys, we got the next one came in and goes, "Shady as in cheating." No, I haven't seen that. I've seen some cook sites that were sorry, it's a little blurry. That were way messier than I keep mine during a competition. But that's something the reps should monitor. When judging, I've seen several chicken turn-ins and had several undercooked pieces. So bad that the judges refused to sample. Again, not cheating, just lack of experience. I did see a brisket turn-in once that had the what is it, phoniest smoke ring I've ever seen. I'm sure it was doctored. When was that? What is that? How do you say that?
Instracure.
What is that?
So it's like it's a
curing salt.
It's a cure salt. It's So you add it and then it bleeds into the meat and it causes a pink line to form. Add too much, you bleed all the way through. You add just the right amount, and it looks like you have that perfect little smoke ring going around the meat.
And it's pronounced insecure.
So it's just it's just a cure.
Pink salt.
Yeah.
There's
okay.
Yeah, curing salt it's a curing salt.
Yeah, it's just he's saying like it's like an insta cure, you know.
So they had trimmed all the fat really close to the smoke ring with 360 around the slice.
Yeah,
and just at least 1/8 wide.
5/8.
Oh shit, my bad.
5/8 wide. So and that's how you know. So if you want to see a fake smoke ring and how to identify a fake smoke ring, which is something back in the day, I was going to bring this up, James, was there were categories, that everything had to be graded off of. And smoke ring was one of them. And I always hated that. I always hated the fact that a smoke ring was part of the judging category because it allowed these guys to add, it's basically a phosphate or this salt, this curing salt.
There's Tender Quick, or you can get the pink curing salt, which has a little bit more like dramatic effect.
And so they would add this to there, and they're putting a small little layer, then doing whatever they do. But you can tell because the color, right? It didn't look the same. Two is the way it wraps around. So if you ever seen a brisket, the smoke ring will go all the way to the edge. It'll stop and it'll pick back up, and it'll come back around. You don't get a perfect circle, and when you see the perfect circle, I think that's a lot of times where you look at it going, dude, this is not. Especially when you do the slice, it's that perfect circle inside. That's a fake smoke ring.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up because I think this is probably something that is a fork in a road where we can kind of determine where competition barbecue went wrong. Because at some point in time, they did judge smoke rings, and now that's something that they do not score. Maybe they say it goes into the presentation, the look of it, but used to, there was a specific category for smoke ring. And I think by not having that, you're allowing these other cooking contraptions, not using wood, allowing people to come in with these fake highlighter curing salts and sinking a fake kind of smoke ring. Basically, you're getting away from creating real smoke rings, and they're allowing it to happen.
Yeah. So based on the points, the value of points, right?
Right.
So if you were to separate the smoke ring out of it, let's say you gave the smoke ring value 2 points. That's it, or 3 points, or whatever it is. The max is this, and whatever. So it doesn't hold the weight of everything else in the appearance box.
Mm.
Is that wrong? Is that kind of where you're going with this,
Yeah.
or no? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Also, you can tell the difference between a real wood smoked smoke ring and a pellet smoke ring.
Yeah.
It's darker for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I don't know what the science is behind it. But the pellet produces a darker smoke ring.
The pellet does.
Yeah. What's the pellets on the cooker combination?
What?
The wood pellet and the pellet smoker, it produces a darker colored smoke ring.
I think it's because the harsher smoke. I think it's not a thin blue smoke. I think it's more of a cloudy. You're talking about a pellet grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why. Right. So we looked at this. I think that's the reason why that these smokers produce a different color smoke ring versus like an offset. But I don't really see our offset smoker produces the same color of smoke ring that a pellet grill will.
No, I'll show you side by side next episode.
Okay.
Remind me. I'll put side by side comparisons because we've done pictures and put them. We did one. We did a brisket cooked on a drum smoker, a brisket cooked on an offset smoker, and a brisket cooked on a pellet smoker.
Yeah.
And we put it out there for people to determine which was which. And surprisingly, there was a lot of people failing. And then the pellet one that I put up there, it had a nice had a nice smoke ring. It was kind of thin, but man, it was just dark maroon color. And there was like a little black line in it or something.
I think it's a dirty smoke.
It may be.
It's not dirty. It's just not the same as burning it. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to throw shade at pellet grills.
What is not dirt? What's not dirty but not clean? That's not a joke. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a joke for you. Like,
I was waiting for
I guess you can look at the smoke itself,
shady,
and you see
shady
this
smoke.
Yeah, it's that shady smoke, man. It doesn't have the same smell. It doesn't have the same. It's not burning. It's. Yeah, I know it burns cleaner because it burns all the way through and whatever else, but it's not giving that blue smoke. And I think that's because that oven comes on and off, right? You can hear it, and sometimes you have this puff of smoke coming out. Sometimes you don't see it. When you don't see it, there's smoke in there, and I think that's where it needs to maintain. But it has to regulate. It's got a regulator inside, so it has to cut off and cut back on. And that auger just feeds, right? So I think that's where you see it from, honestly. But I could be wrong.
Hey, we got I was judging, and our table got extremely undercooked chicken legs. You could tell by looking at them that they were basically raw. The worst part was a lady at the table putting hers in a baggie with the rest of her leftover chicken. Also at the GAB, is Gab, a judge sat down just before the chicken started and told us that he destroyed a porta potty with his diarrhea.
Yeah, see, that's just not good. Like, you're like, dude, like, I don't need this in my life. And you're like, lady, don't eat the chicken. She's like, I'm taking that shit home. Like, can I have yours? Or like anybody eat that? And you're like, dang, dude. That's pretty shady. I'm not gonna lie.
She's bringing it home to her husband. Like, babe, you should have came with me to the competition, the judging, but I saved you some. Here you go.
You get salmonella. You get salmonella.
Yeah, she probably left it on the hood of her dash for and let it just sous vide all day.
No, you know what, man? That's kind of shady. I'm not gonna lie. Something else is like, so I've done the judging and whatever, and I've refused to eat some food, and because it's been a fork and knife, right? You take the fork and take the knife and you cut into it. And I cut into it, and it wasn't seasoning. It wasn't a marinade. It was raw. And you can tell by the texture of the chicken when it's raw. Like, and I've ate some undercooked chicken, and I'm like, it is what it is. I'm saying it's like, I don't know, let's say 130 degrees, right? Chicken. And that's a texture that's really hard to get used to. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I did not eat it. And I got a lot of shit for that.
And they say you got to eat it.
You got to take a bite of it and score it. You're like,
to make me
no,
eat it.
I'm not doing it. And I just passed the box. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And I kept the bite that I took. And they were like, they looked at it and they were like, no, not doing that. It was so spongy. It was just not good. I wasn't doing it. But the shadiness of that is like when you say, hey, this is not cooked, and maybe they're used to hearing that, like because it's smoke and smoke can have a little pinkness to it and whatever else. I'm not worried about the pinkness. I look at the texture of what's happening, and I'm like, that is physically not cooked. Look, that is raw.
I don't know if that's what you're getting at, but the shadiness is turning that in.
Yeah, no, it is. But it's also telling somebody they have to take a bite of it.
Yeah, but that team knows.
Yeah.
That they probed that, and that chicken was at 120.
Yeah, don't turn it in.
That team knew that.
Just don't turn it in.
Send it. They wanted to win so bad, and they did not want to look like they DQ'd or well, I think they end up DQing probably. But they didn't want to look like we got to turn something in. Let's just turn in the uncooked chicken.
Yeah, right. Let me tell you something.
You never know. They might like this. Might be the cook-off where they like uncooked chicken.
No,
you know what I mean?
Just don't turn it in.
No,
don't turn it
in. Shady, BBQ John.
No.
Hey, there was a team that set up their section with photo backdrops like the ones you see at award shows. They were acting like they won the competition. At the end, they placed last in every category and overall.
See, and listen, they went out to have a fun time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, listen, if you're gonna walk the walk, you gotta look a certain way, right? And those guys, like, they put the outfits on. You know what I mean? They wore, like, what's the saying? If you want to be the boss, you gotta dress like the boss. And these guys were dressing like the boss, probably on purpose, and just had some crazy party and just went to shit. So
selling it to their coworkers.
Yeah.
Just trying to drum up like sponsors and stuff like that. Just see our Instagram, man. Look at us win all day, every day. Like, it just hangs in his garage. He just taking pictures in front of that. What is it? One of those step and repeat things. It's got their logo and just fake giant checks and stuff like that. Just winning at the game of barbecue.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Hey, that's it. You want to be the boss?
Yeah.
We're dressed like the boss.
BBQ John's.
John.
I'm sure John hates. I sent him a little text saying, John, hey.
It's got an H in there, right?
This is not any type of dig at you.
The fact you didn't come tonight.
Yeah. I was going off of play of words with John's and Tricks and your name just happened to be John.
And this has an H in it. You can hear the H when we say John.
Yeah.
Right? You hear the H?
Silent.
John. Yeah. The H is there. Don't worry about John. We're not talking about you.
Okay.
So
he was cool with it.
We got a competition team invited a bunch of reps and judges to their Saturday night campfire / party. Then on Sunday, comp day, the judges were in and out of the team's trailer throughout the day.
Adam Jacks. Jacks, like, did the team win?
Yeah. Is this one? Yeah. I don't know if John said that it was Johnny Mags or somebody sent, or maybe I got my text messages.
Yeah, it's not Johnny Mags.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, did the team win that did this? Like, because again, okay, hear me out. Because you throw a party and you invite all the judges over and they get a profile of what's going on and whatever else, then they had such a great time. They came back the next day to show their appreciation. And while they were there, they tried some food. Then they went and judged. I don't know, man. Maybe you're just throwing, maybe you're a good networker. I don't know. Possibly. Is that cheating?
Yeah. Possibly.
Is that cheating?
Look, I volunteer with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And I quite honestly see,
that's cheating, by the way.
Other committees that are on the would you say the judging portion of it, or maybe you're going around and you're part of the judging, whether you're bagging and tagging and all that good stuff, or you're actually doing the actual judging of the proteins. But you see them sliding into. I mean, you're checking out all the content. You're checking out all the teams. It's a big party there at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So I'm over there just delivering beers, like boom, boom, and they come in there with their clipboards, like. Oh, dang. All right. Oh, shoot. Beer. All right. Oh, hey, try some food. Here you go. And I'm not just saying it just at Houston, but I mean, it goes on everywhere.
Let me ask you a question. Do you blame the team or do you blame the judge?
I blame the judge.
It's the judge's fault.
Team is just playing the game.
It's fault. Listen, if you're not going to entertain at your booth, then there's a problem, right? Judges walk over to your booth and like, oh my God, and strike up a conversation and you hit it off and y'all are, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, he's like, oh, can I have a bite of that? You're going to say no to that? You're not going to say no. The judge shouldn't be doing that. It's shady. BBQ John's.
That's it on my side.
That's it. My goodness, dude. It is.
Oh shit.
Uncanny. Do we got one more?
No.
Oh.
That's I pushed the wrong button.
That's what happens.
Hey, I'm just glad we're able to record this week. It's
and there's
pictures. So yeah, and our scheduling, our timing is really very impeccable. I mean, we're almost.
This is what happens when John's not involved.
On the dot.
You see this? You went to the barbecue news. We had the beer review. Yeah. Hey, Coors Light. This is 1978.
Nice.
Coincidence? I think not. I'm gonna give this a 9.1. Love these Coors Lights. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Is it a breakfast beer?
It is not a breakfast beer. I do not recommend drinking these on the way to work. You're gonna get in trouble. There it is.
Okay, so one of the things that I was thinking on top of my head, just like, and I think we already kind of discussed it, but just gonna see if you have any more that you want to throw down there. But using curing salts to fake the smoke rings.
No, listen.
Shady?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, I don't. And like if you're relying on a curing salt to make your smoke ring, I don't know. Yeah. I don't really care anymore.
What about saucing or glazing while in the box?
I don't care.
The no pooling of juices. I mean, there's a lot of like stuff they say you can't do.
Yeah, I don't care about those.
Don't do that. Don't sauce while it's in the box.
Listen, I have sauced while it's in the box. I have made it pool in the box. At the very end, I had poured that au jus out to where it was so small you could barely see it, and then I just called that the renderings. I'm not saying like I don't think that's cheating, to be honest with you. But I do hold this. Once I place the box, I really don't want to fuck with it at that point. I know it sounds weird. I don't want to do a bunch of extra things. I just want that to be the meat that I'm showcasing and I'm turning in.
What about the pictures? You got to get the pictures. You got, you know what I mean?
One for the gram.
One for the gram. And you shake the box up, and then it just everybody's got their little fingers on it.
Yeah, and think that's one of the things. There's like at the very end, it's always that last little picture of the box, and I'm like, look, man, I think that's the one point that, like, I feel like building a second box. I should go out and buy a bunch of boxes, build a box, and go like, all right, there's the box. Take a picture of. I'm turning this box in, or something. But that's the one point that like we're always running down to the wire, and it's always that one person holding the box, and somebody's going, "Oh, hold on, let me get a picture." And like, dude, we got 30 seconds left, and you got to run like I don't know,
really quick,
a quarter of a block.
Like,
can you just not do this right now? I don't care if I don't care if I have a picture of this.
Look, a lot of people bring their RVs as convenience, convenient
cheaters.
Is it cheating?
No.
What about using the stove inside and just cooking your beans, doing whatever? You know what I mean?
No, like how are they cooking them?
Yeah,
like no, it's legal. Like you can bring listen. You could bring a camp chef out and with some burners and some propane, and you could utilize that, no problem.
Right.
However, you're going to tell me that I can't use the burner off of my RV? It's the same thing, just a bigger camp chef.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Perspective, bro.
No, I get it. Yeah. It's the same. Might as well just be cooking at your house, right?
Might as well just stay home and cook. And it's
the same thing. Listen, I just have to drive 5 minutes to the cook-off.
This is the future of the barbecue. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be sitting in our backyards in like maybe like 15 years, 20 years. And you're going to cook it, and then you're going to box it, and you're going to send a picture, and people are going to grade you.
Yeah.
So
you're going to sit here and tell me
forward to that
barbecue John that lives 2 minutes from that barbecue competition, he is not doing everything he can to make or cook at home. I know it's happening.
I'm not telling you that.
I know it's happening.
I'm not telling you that. But do they win? Listen, listen, they don't. I mean, like, they probably do well, but and then you got a Bill Purvis that travels 8 hours out of the way. He just has his setup. He walks in, he's methodical, he cooks his ass off, and he beats you. And you're like, dude, I beat you 5 minutes from your house. Like, it doesn't get better than this. And he just packs everything up, and he's gracious, and he's amazing, and he leaves.
That's Barbecue Bill.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about man, people not being gracious? You know what I mean? Some people like I remember the one competition that we did really quick. We'll get, I know we're up against it, but Danny.
Oh,
Danny,
dude, why would you bring him up right now?
You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those deals where you weren't gracious. You weren't.
No, he thought every competition was his competition. Like, and they're great cooks. They've cooked all over. They've done really well. But it was a lot of just he was the guy on the coattail, and obviously I know the guy can cook and whatever, but like, he just felt like it was just his to lose. And when anybody else got in the mix, like, he was such a big shit talker. He would do it in the beginning, and like, dude, if you want to shit talk after you win. Don't do it before you won, because I think it's where he let his mouth overload his ass. A lot of times, even though they were always in a top 5, a top 3, a top 2, like, they were always in the mix. And again, they're phenomenal cookers. But that was the one thing that his wife could do, is she was so consistent. And consistency is key. And we've talked about this, but talk about being great is being consistent. And that's where they set themselves apart. They've won some of the biggest competitions around here, being consistent. And it's like, they knew exactly, it didn't matter. Like, it was never going to be like, well, I got a bad brisket. I never got a bad what. It wasn't that. They just knew how to be consistent, and they were successful from it. And I think that's where,
she was very nice, very humble.
She was amazing. And and
that's something you anybody out there, we ran into a lot of people. We ran into more people that are just nice, positive, just building up this barbecue community. But there are some out there that are barbecue Johns, and they're just terrible people, and they'd rather talk shit to your face. We've been plenty of competitions, the U of H Frontier Fiesta, I mean, where we had people just berate you, and I'm gonna kick your ass, all that type of stuff. I mean,
well, it's not even that. Like they come over and they ask for a bite, and as soon as they take a bite from you, they go take a bite, and they go, yeah, well, I got you beat. Like, who says that to people? And in a joking way, maybe if I knew you. But if I don't know you, I'm like, okay, well, I guess have a good day. See you later. Like, I don't know what to think, right? And just walk off. But what's great is when you beat them and you're like, hey, here's a trophy. What did y'all get? Oh, 10th. Okay, well, suck it. And you walk off, So that's the energy you get to give back. And I look for that energy to give back to somebody that has been a little too forward, or just and presuming that what their palate is better than something else. Like, it's all subjective. But at the end of the day, man, no hate.
Everybody be kind.
Yeah, that's why I like barbecue so much.
I love it.
Because it's evolved since then. And that's the evolution of barbecue now, is like if you're not learning how to cook barbecue at a competition, it's because you're not out there. And that's what makes these things so great, is because you can just show up. You can go out there and you can get involved. Walk around, talk to people. There might be a little guarded because they don't know you, but hell, bring a beer with you, or bring some snacks with you. Hey, bullshit with people. And then that's when people loosen up a little bit and are like, oh, actually, I'm doing this over here. Hey, you got a second? Come help me real quick. And then you get a little more involved, but that's the key into competition. I mean, and then also there's so many damn YouTube videos out there. And TikTok videos and everything else to show you, just if you really want to hone in your skill or craft. But the key is not being able to cook the best brisket one time. It's cooking the best brisket 100 times in a row and without having failure. That's what makes a great competitor.
Yeah. Look, everybody, slide over there to grabbingbrisket.com. That's where you're going to find all the stuff that we're into, not to mention the little merch shop. So if you want to check out some of the t-shirts, some of the stuff that we have on the swag, if you want to check out that, please feel free to go check that out. Also, you'll be able to find all our social medias, what we're up to at that particular thing. Like I said, go check out the Facebook, go check out the Instagram. We threw out the grills and girls. It's not a girls going wild type deal. It's just we try to reimagine.
Well, if your barbecue pit was a girl,
right,
what would it look like?
What would
she look like?
So I employ anybody out there, take a picture of your grill, run it through the little AI filter and go, what would my grill look like if it was a girl? Be sure to comment the stuff that we have going on. Also drop a voicemail on our hotline, man. We'd love to hear your feedback. We'd love to hear the barbecue wins and fails and shit, man. You just want to be on the show and just drop us a line and a comment, man. Dude, straight to the front of the class. Come on, guys.
Yeah, what's the number?
Line is,
hey, 434-829-2299.
There it is.
Damn. Oh, wait. Now you just read that off the screen.
Yeah.
Damn,
Look, dude, that's messed up.
As always, man, it's a fun time. I get to I have a blast hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Have a blast hanging out with everybody there that's tuned in. Can't wait for next week. As always, it's been great talking barbecue with you.
That's right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. As Matt would say, we've been great.